Ethan. Je viens de me réveiller, ça se voit, ça se voit. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's future Annie, and I am getting over a bad cold that I got on the last day of our trip, so if I sound congested, it's because I'm congested, but don't worry, it's not going to be me the whole video. You're going to hear from Paris Annie, who was also sounding super groggy, so you're going to get groggy Annie, and then you're going to get congested Annie, and then you're going to get non-groggy Paris Annie, so yeah. Buckle in. It's going to be a fun video. Basically, I decided to vlog one of the days that we were in Paris, and I took you along with me to the 2 museums that we went to. So yes, right now we're going to go back to the past to Paris Annie. We're going to hear from her, and then I'll see you guys back here in a minute for explanation time. Also, I thought it would be fun to do the vlog in like French English. So yeah, I have thrown a bit of French in there, and I will put subtitles so you guys know what I was saying or what I was trying to say. Yeah, but most of it will be in English. And then at the end of the video, I show you everything that I brought with me on the trip in terms of art supplies. So if you're interested in that, definitely stay till the end because I showed you every single thing I brought. Okay, I think that's it. On to the vlog. Hello, everybody. I thought it would be fun to vlog today and take you with me. On est là depuis plusieurs jours déjà. Et j'ai pas beaucoup filmé. En fait, c'est plus difficile que j'ai anticipé de filmer parce que je suis dans le moment, you know, like I'm in the moment. It feels weird to film, honestly, on vacation. Except like capturing little family moments, which is mostly what I've been doing. Et je me suis dit que ça pourrait être amusant de faire un vlog en français et de vous montrer un peu ce qu'on fait, ce que je fais dans mon carnet à croquis. And yeah, just take you with me today. So that's the plan. Je vais vous amener avec moi. Je crois que j'entends ma sœur qui sort. Là, on est... il est 7h30. On va aller au petit déjeuner. Ils ont un petit déj ici qui est vraiment excellent. Des croissants tous les matins. Quoi d'autre? Je vais vous montrer. C'est hyper bon. Et là, je suis juste à côté de la fenêtre. Je vais vous montrer la vue parce que c'est très joli. La ville commence à se réveiller. Il y a des cyclistes. Voilà la vue de notre chambre d'hôtel. Je vais vous montrer aussi la peinture que j'ai fait hier de cette vue. Ça, c'est la peinture. Et ça, c'est la vue. Qu'est-ce que vous en pensez? Ça, c'était le 23 septembre. Je crois que c'était il y a 2 jours. Parce que, ouais, ça, c'est à l'aéroport. Je vais vous montrer tout ça après. Là, j'attends Ethan qui se prépare. Et on va déjeuner. Je viens de me réveiller. Ça se voit. Ça se voit. Oui, je sais pas ce qu'on va faire aujourd'hui. Je crois qu'on va aller à l'hôtel des Marines. L'hôtel Marine, quelque chose comme ça. C'est un musée d'héritage, un musée culturel. Et puis après, peut-être au musée Marmottan, qui a beaucoup de tableaux de monnaie de Berthe Morisot. C'est ce que me racontait ma tante tout à l'heure. Alors, restez avec moi. Je vais vous montrer tout ce qu'on fait. Mais ce qui me fait un peu peur, c'est le temps. Vous avez vu, il fait très gris, il fait froid. Et moi, je suis pas habituée à ça. En fait, toute ma famille, on est des Californiens. On n'est pas habitués au froid. Mais surtout moi. Donc, Ma tenue d'aujourd'hui, c'est un peu bizarre parce que j'ai mis le pantalon qui me tient le plus chaud et cette chemise que je viens d'acheter hier parce que c'est plus épaisse. Le tissu est plus épais que toutes mes autres chemises. Si vous êtes francophone, ça va vous donner l'opportunité de me critiquer parce que mon français n'est vraiment pas parfait. C'est loin d'être parfait. Surtout les genres des mots. Parfois, enfin tout le temps, en fait, je devine ce qui est le genre d'un mot parce que j'en suis pas sûre. Mais bref, j'espère qu'elle va pas... J'espère que j'aurai pas trop froid aujourd'hui. J'avais trop froid hier. Et j'étais un peu misérable au moment. Mais franchement, il faut que je m'y habitue un peu plus. Parce que c'est la vie, c'est comme ça. Il faut que je me prépare un peu avant de descendre. Parce que j'ai l'air d'un cadavre. Ça va. Ok, on se voit bientôt. Ah, j'ai oublié de mentionner que je porte aussi plusieurs... ça c'est mon pied. Je porte plusieurs paires de chaussettes aussi. C'est ça qui va me garder chaude. That doesn't sound right. I don't know. Ça va être un vlog en franglais. Parce que parfois je vais switcher, je vais parler anglais quand il me manque un mot. Mais oui, j'ai plusieurs paires de chaussettes. J'avais l'intention de passer par un Monoprix pour acheter des collants. J'en ai besoin. Et peut-être aussi une chemise à manches longues un peu serrée pour que je puisse le mettre par-dessous mes autres vêtements. Ça, c'est mon intention et je sais pas si on aura le temps. On va voir. Qu'est-ce qu'on fait?
On va boire du café.
Oui, ça va être trop bon. Tu vas avoir un café au lait.
Oui.
Ou un cappuccino.
Café crème.
Café crème, ok. Tu peux leur raconter où on va?
Oh, on va au Talent la Marie
Oui.
et les tableaux.
Par les
Peut-être.
tableaux.
Voir
Des
les tableaux
histoires.
du mer.
Oui, de la mer. So yes, as I said, the first place that we went was l'Hôtel de la Marine, which is... Actually, I didn't know the history of the building, and I looked it up. We learned a bit about it on our tour, but it was initially built as like a furniture repository. I think that's the word they used. Yeah, literally for King Louis XV to store like his furniture, like furniture that wasn't currently being used in the palace or palaces, which is really crazy because this place is like a palace in and of itself, and it was just essentially the world's fanciest storage unit for rich people furniture. So that was the original usage. Then after the French Revolution, it was occupied by the French Navy, and that's why it's called Hôtel de la Marine. And that was the Navy's headquarters until 2015, which I thought was really crazy because just being there, it's so fancy. I'm like, I can't imagine that being like the Navy headquarters. But yeah, okay, so we thought that this that this museum was going to be all about the French Navy and like sea exploration because my aunt had been telling us a lot about that aspect of it. When we got there, actually, though, we realized that it's barely about that at all. There's like one room dedicated to talking about sea exploration, which was a really cool room, and we learned a lot. I learned about I'm gonna have to look up her name, a female botanist who like disguised as a man so that she could sail with the rest of the men, and she discovered bougainvillea. Let me just like make sure I'm pronouncing that right. Hold on.
Bougainvillea.
Bougainvillea. in French? Comment on dit ça en français?
Bougainvillea.
Non, mais
Bougainvillier.
who discovered Bougainvillea? Jean Barré. Okay, yeah, so Jean Barré, she is the first woman to have completed a circumnavigation of the globe, and she discovered Bougainvillea. I guess that's how you say it. You know, this flower. This flower is everywhere, and this vine is everywhere in California. So I thought that was so cool. Anyway, though, the main thing that we saw was a art exhibition called Seven Heavenly Senses. And it was really amazing, you guys. Like, it was a small show. So I think it was about, they said like a 40-minute walkthrough. So you walk in and we have these headphones and somebody has composed like a really atmospheric, beautiful musical piece that is actually part of the show. And basically the show is playing on all five senses, and then there's like two extra senses, which again I have to read because I've forgotten. Let me just read this. The selection of works is structured around the theme of the seven senses: sight, hearing, taste, smell, touch, vestibular sense, which is balance and movement, and proprioception. I don't know why I can't read that word. Proprioception, the body's ability to perceive its own position in space. I didn't even know about proprioception, you guys. Did you know about that? The sixth and seventh senses, less commonly known, may hold an immaterial or even spiritual dimension. The exhibition explores all of these aspects through an original scenography characterized by its sensory focus and delicately subdued lighting. So like everything about this show was to make you like tune into each different sense. When you walk in, there's this room, dark room, like very intentionally lit, with all these metal objects like hung from the ceiling in these long strands. And it, with the music in your ears and the lighting and the way these things are hung, you just feel like you're in outer space, or like you're like a deep sea creature. Really crazy. And then they were displayed alongside these old artifacts, like these antique tiny little painted like enamel things, like beautiful little portraits. And there was a bowl of chocolates and it said, "Eat one to awaken your senses." It felt very Alice in Wonderland. And then, yeah, that was just the first room. And I'm not going to go into an in-depth explanation of everything, but I will show you some clips and some of my favorite pieces. I think my very favorite piece, which is really hard to decide, but this one, which was painted on velvet, and just so I don't mess up the name of the artist or forget it, I'll put it up on the screen. But yeah, this piece was absolutely mesmerizing to me because of the soft texture and realizing that the material itself was part of what gave it that texture, and like approaching it and realizing it was painted on velvet. Really cool. Yeah, so many talented artists. And also what was so interesting was just the juxtaposition of these old artifacts and this old artwork next to contemporary pieces, and like artists who are my own age and like making their work today. It was just really cool to see, especially in this old historical setting as well, at this old building. So yeah, super happy that we were able to go see this show, even though we weren't intending to, like we didn't even know about it. Yeah, highly recommend checking it out or reading about it. They also, I didn't even notice this when we were there, but as I was reading about the show, it says that one of the pieces was a scent that they like, what is the word? Hold on. Okay, it says the aroma diffused in Gallery 2 is a scent titled Heaven Can Wait by Jean-Claude Elena. Not sure how you say it. But anyway, like a scent was part of the show. I'm sad that I didn't know that. I didn't notice a scent. Maybe I was already congested. I don't know. But anyway, so that was the first thing.
I know, isn't that so pretty? National one? Yeah.
I could maybe find that artist.
Later that day, we went to the Musée Marmottan, which has a bunch of Monet pieces, and also Berthe Morisot, which I wasn't super familiar with her work before. Like, I knew some of her pieces and a little bit about her, but I think this was the first time that I really like fell in love with her work, and I would love to discover more of it and just read more about her. I think it's so cool that she was like hanging with all the male artists at that time, all of the impressionists. I think she was Manet's sister-in-law or something, so she kind of had like a familial tie to the group. But yeah, like she was just creating work alongside all of them at a time when like that was a lot less realistic for women. Super duper interesting. And this was an incredible museum. It's in like a house, I think, which I really like. I enjoy seeing art in that setting where there's also furnishings and, the walls are different colors and you have a lot of like things going on, and you can imagine it being a living space. I think that like helps the art to shine almost rather than taking away from it. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Just like that versus going to the Louvre, or like going to a museum where the art is just on white walls. I can see an argument for both, but I really like seeing the work in this sort of like an old house setting. It's very cool. And then under like the underneath level, they had more of just like a typical gallery context and a lot of Monet paintings down there. That is where Impression Sunrise is now, which is like the painting that gave Impressionism its name, if you know the story behind that. So that was really cool to see in real life, and that's the first time I've seen it. It was as dazzling as I imagined it would be. And it was cool because it also is not a massively crowded museum. Like you actually felt like you could be alone with the work in a sense, whereas like at the Louvre or at Musée d'Orsay, like when we were at Musée d'Orsay, it was packed, jam-packed. So I did want to like just tell you guys that I got to see so many Édouard Vuillard paintings at Musée d'Orsay. And man, I was just so blown away. Like, I think that last time I was there, it was a few years ago, and I don't know if they had these up. I was looking at the map because I thought he would be like near the Impressionists and Post-Impressionists, but it's like its own little salle, and it's like Les Nabis, so the group of painters that Vuillard and Bonnard, like those guys were a part of. So yeah, Les Nabis was what this group of artists called themselves. I think it means the prophets. And they weren't really like working as a group for a very long time. From what I've read, like they kind of went their separate ways. Vuillard and Bonnard were like good friends, I think, their entire lives. But there were other artists, I think Vallotton, so Félix Vallotton, who was like a Swiss-French artist. I didn't know much about him. But I really loved the work of his that I got to see hung next to the Bonnard and Vuillard paintings. And so, yeah, I really want to look more into him and just appreciate his work more because, yeah, so good. This one I got a postcard of. This painting here is just like, I don't know, seeing that one in real life, I was just kind of blown away by it. I was like, why have I not been as obsessed with Vallotton? Granted, he doesn't have, I would say, as much of a distinct style throughout all his work. It seems like he jumped around a little bit more, but the work of his that I've seen, really love it. It's really inspiring. And yeah, I can tell you guys, I left that museum so inspired to paint. Like, oh my goodness. If you watched my video, it was like, I don't know, it was a little bit ago now, but the last Vuillard study that I did was of this painting. I think it's called The Dinner Table or something. And we saw that one at Musée d'Orsay. Ethan like saw it before me, and he was like, come in here. And because I was like already in the first salle, like taking my time, and he was like, come here, you have to see this. And yeah, it was the painting that I had just recently done a study of, and seeing it in person was just crazy because I have all these books, and I think I have a
a reproduction of that one in 2 different books, and the coloring is so different in both. And one of them is like so green. And so when I was doing the study, I wasn't sure exactly what way to lean in terms of the colors. Like I was trying to recreate them, but you could tell kind of, it's like you can tell the photos, the colors aren't true to life because they're both so different. And looking at it in person, I was like, oh, those are the colors, you know, like there's just something that you can't capture in a photo, and the colors are always skewed one way or another. And yeah, seeing how those colors really render like in real life on the canvas or board in the paint, like, you know, it's just so cool. So yeah, I'm really glad that I was able to see so many pieces, because I don't know if they've always been there on display in that room, but at any rate, this was the first time I've gotten to see them.
Voilà ce que je suis en train de peindre. J'avais envie de capture like this little, what do you call this? I don't know, just the view through the wrought iron guard. I thought that would come out really nice. Kind of look almost like a pattern or a quilt in a way. But I've just started on it, and we're gonna go grab some dinner and do some other things. So that's it for now, and I'll probably finish this tomorrow when I have time to sit in the same spot and copy the colors and everything.
This is not for Eveline because you have your own special cup.
C'est moi qui ai pris cette photo.
Okay, so this is our last day in Paris, so before we go, I wanted to finish this painting, sit right here with the same view. And I figured I would take this opportunity to show you everything I brought in terms of art supplies. So for acrylics, I just brought this set of small Liquitex, and some of these I was running low on before we left, so I just refilled them. And I don't think I refilled them all with the same exact brand, so they might not all be soft body, or they might not all be exactly what it says, but the colors are the same. And then I think the set comes with 2 colors that I never use, the purple and the black, so I just ditched those. And then this is my water jar, teeny tiny water jar for when we're out and about. So I packed that in here, and when we've been like at parks and restaurants and things, this is what I have with me for water. When we're in the hotel, I just used the paper cup that they have. And then I have my little watercolor palette. This is a Van Gogh brand, but I switched some of the colors out from my, I don't remember the brand of my other one. I think it's Tennelier. And yeah, I just chose the colors that I thought I would find the most useful here. And that's mainly like for on the go as well, because I prefer using these, but when we're out, this is what I've been bringing with me. I brought a washcloth so that I don't have to worry about having like paper towels or anything disposable. That's just the lid for that. And then I brought my Stay Wet palette, which is super nice to have because I don't have to worry about my paints drying out or needing to like throw away a palette every time. I just mix everything on here. It's not what's called like watertight or airtight, so I wouldn't use it and then put the cover on and like stick it back in my bag. I actually have done that, but it's just like a little bit sketchy because sometimes stuff leaks out of it. So I try to just use it and wash it after as soon as I can. Oh, and then everything, pencils and brushes, fit in this bag. So I brought probably a lot more than I even use. Oh, there's like a Benadryl thing in there. Yeah, I don't use all of these, but you never know what you're gonna want. So a pen, highlighter for reading. Those aren't really art related. The rest of this is. So I've been really liking these brushes because they have the small enough handles that they fit in this bag. Most of my other brushes, they would not fit, so they don't travel very well. This is something that I enjoy using on the go. It's a pen on one side and a marker on the other, and it's this warm gray color that I really like. Like, that's just really nice for doing monochromatic sketching if I want a marker. And then these are my favorites, the water-soluble graphite. I can show you something that I've done in that. Yeah, so this is what I was just doing at the restaurant earlier, and I just really love sketching with this. There's kind of a learning curve when it comes to like just sort of how it works, because you can re-dip into the parts where you've laid down a lot of graphite and kind of use that as like a watercolor and then come in and do the shadows. But yeah, I'm really big fan of those. And then what else did I bring? Just like a few regular pencils. I always go for the dark ones. So there's a 6B and a, what is this? 9XXB. It's a big chunky one. I always bring this chartreuse marker with me everywhere. For a while I was using this all the time, and now I just sort of can't part with it. I haven't been using it. I don't think I've used it once on this trip, but I just like having that. A pen in case I want to do any pen sketching. There's a few more little brushes. I've just brought mostly these really cheap brushes on this trip. Yeah, this one's very stiff, and that's the kind that I like using for like the dry brush technique that I do. This is the little brush that came with the Van Gogh palette, and it's amazing because you can do these really teeny tiny marks with the tip of it, and then you can also use the side or just put a lot of pressure and get big marks. So this is super versatile. And one other pen, 2 more chunky pencils. I think I have a couple duplicates of these, but not all of them are water soluble. So this one's regular, and then the lighter label is the water soluble. So yeah, that's everything. This bag can fit quite a few things in there, so it's really nice for travel. So yeah, I'm going to put some paint on the palette and finish this painting right here.
Next week or the week after, I will be posting my Normandy vlog, and also I'm going to show you guys the clips from Giverny. When we left Paris, we went to Monet's house and garden in Giverny before heading back further north. Anyway, so don't miss that. It's literally the most gorgeous thing ever. And then our house that we stayed in Normandy was insane. So yeah, if you're interested in a beautiful, more like countryside garden vibes France vlog with art and art supplies and paintings, stay tuned. That will be up in a week or 2, whatever I end up being capable of. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.
I drew a snail.
Doesn't have a head.
Yeah, it does. This is its head.
I can't see a head.